Hello to all you adventurers, travellers and explorers. This is Hayley Shepherd, an expedition leader with Polar Latitudes, and I'm going to give you the day in the life of an expedition guide. Welcome to my office, where no day is the same and every moment is different. The splendorous scenes are forever changing right before your eyes. We are truly privileged to spend time with these curious creatures that are fearless of our presence. They are entertaining and they keep us in the present moment as we watch and observe them go about their day, surviving in this cold and challenging environment. We tread lightly around them, we give them their space, and in return we get to have the most memorable experience. And then there's these splendid creatures, the expedition staff. We work in close quarters in stressful situations in a dynamic and changing environment. Therefore, it is crucial for us to be cohesive, working together to fulfill the same goal of giving our guests the best adventure and experience of a lifetime. When we're away from friends and family, the expedition staff, our team, become our family, and we extend that to the guests when they're on board as well. One of our first responsibilities when you arrive on our ship is that we prepare you for the voyage ahead. That includes safety briefings where we give you the safety of the ship, and also when we end up going on shore and spending time in the Antarctic environment. We take safety very seriously, but as you can see, we have fun with it. During sea days, we do presentations where we're educating you and informing you about the wildlife that we're going to see, the history, the ice, the rocks, the birds, the seals, the whales, and we do it with a smile. As expedition staff, we get to be NASA scientists. We have a citizen science program on board where each staff adopts a project, whether it's clouds, birds, ice, plankton, sea surveys, and we encourage guests to take part. We're literally getting data, gathering research in order to assist scientists all around the world. It's a neat project, passengers love it, and our staff are very enthused to be involved. As expedition staff, particularly the expedition leader, we are first to rise and the last to go to bed. Our days are full and long. In the morning we're checking ice and wind conditions to make sure that we're able to carry out our Plan A excursion. Sometimes we have to come up with a Plan B and even a Plan C. We are privileged to be able to welcome you all to Antarctica and get you out of bed to feast your eyes on this. Welcome to Antarctica. We are passing an iceberg on the port side. It is beautiful, a sculpture of Mother Nature. Seize the day, it's time to play. There are many moving parts to an excursion, so it's important for the staff to have a plan in place. The expedition leader will determine who is driving zodiacs, which individual is going to lead the hike, who's going to drive the citizen science zodiac or the zodiac cruises, and the experts of birds, seals and whales will refresh us all on the facts and figures of these particular landing sites that we visit. After a couple of days at sea, the staff are itching to get off and play. Plan is in place, the weather is fabulous, and we are excited to see the faces of our guests as they step ashore for the first time, have an intimate experience with a penguin, and listen to the dramatic thunder of a calving glacier nearby. When driving in Antarctica, it's important that I'm prepared for the elements. One never knows how long they will be standing in a zodiac for, sometimes 2 to 3 hours. And prior to picking up passengers, it's important we go through our checks. So engine, check. Anchors there, check. Inflation in the tubes, check. Spare fuel, check. Whales feeding close to me, check. Woohoo! How lucky we are to be so close to a gentle giant while we are at work. There's lots to do on a landing site prior to landing our guests. We have to make sure that the conditions are safe. We do send somebody up on the proposed walk to make sure that the ice is not too slippery. We set flags so people know the boundaries of the landing site. We look for things of interest. Perhaps we've discovered a Weddell seal that's sleeping on the ice near the landing site, or we've discovered there's wingless mites on the lichen and rocks in the nearby vicinity. Zodiac cruising is very popular, and as a driver, we are there to make sure that our guests are comfortable, warm, they can see. We interpret the ice, whether that's the glaciers, the icebergs, or the bergy bits. We're looking out for wildlife, so we have our binoculars poised to our eyes, looking for seals on ice floes and listening for blows of humpback whales. It's important that while floating on this glassy sea that we do take moments of quiet to listen to this incredible surrounding Antarctic environment. A typical excursion is like a choreographed expedition dance. We have different staff in different directions doing different activities. So we have the shore team, we have the kayak guides that are doing their little mini adventure. We have citizen science Zodiac taking water samples. We've got Zodiac cruisers. So there's so many different directions and experiences that our passengers are having. We are storytellers, we are interpretive guides, we lead hikes, and we simply enjoy hanging with our guests and showing them the environment we have learned to love and cherish. Towards the end of the excursion, most of the passengers are back on board. We have some staff that are getting ready for the recap and briefing before dinner. That sometimes involves getting together, putting together the data gathered from the citizen science Zodiac cruise. And while staff are busy preparing for recap, there are still staff on the water trying to get back to the ship. The Antarctic weather and environment can change very quickly, and as staff we have to be experienced and skilled and ready to operate in these more challenging conditions. It brings us together as a team even more so, and we secretively enjoy when the conditions are a little bit more rough and rugged. As guides, we have a lot of responsibility. We have the well-being and safety of our passengers, each other, the wildlife, the environment in our hands. So we do take our jobs very seriously. However, we try not to take ourselves too seriously. We enjoy what we do, we enjoy where we work, we enjoy each other, and we certainly do our job for polar latitudes in Antarctica with the team and our passengers. We do it with joy. Antarctica changes you, and it has changed us, which is why as guides we keep coming back. There are times when I think, is this my last season? Is it time to settle down, get a real job? And then I think, this is a real job. And Antarctica has a way of showing me something I have not seen before. And it always happens on the last voyage of the season. So I have to return to see all of the other things that I have yet to see. Life as an expedition staff member doesn't get better than this. Or this. Breathtaking scenery, magnificent wildlife, friends and teammates that enjoy working together with excited, enthusiastic passengers, and a company that appreciates and acknowledges our efforts. It really is a dream of a lifetime. And the best job ever! I hope you enjoyed the insight into the day in the life of an expedition guide. I hope to travel with you one day to Antarctica, and I'm going to stick around to answer questions if you have any. Thank you. All the best.